Okay, so hi everyone, good evening. I think I'm audible to all of you. Can you please confirm in the chat, guys, if I'm audible? Okay, so hi everyone, good evening. Okay, so thank you guys for the confirmation. I think we can start the session. So welcome to day 3. And today I'll be talking about convolutional neural network CNN and the feature extractor demo. Okay. So we have already completed two session, day 1 and day 2. So I have already given you the introduction to the computer vision. Even yesterday I was talking about the image and video processing with the help of OpenCV Python. Okay, so now we are entering into the CNN field, that means convolutional neural network fields. So once we covered the understanding of the convolutional neural network, then we'll be entering into the computer vision task. Okay, so we are having various kinds of tasks like image classification, object detection, key point detections. Okay, then we have facial recognition, object tracking, GANs, everything we'll try to cover. Fine. So guys, if you are new to my channel, guys, so please try to subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe to my channel and please hit the like button to all of you, because I just need your support. And if you need anything guys from my side, please let me know. I'll try to bring that content on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I think guys we can start today's session if everything is fine. All right, so first of all, let's try to discuss about the convolutional neural networks. Okay, like what is convolutional neural network exactly? Thank you, Tranquil. Thank you so much. Yeah, and all the resources, guys, I have already shared in my GitHub, and GitHub link is mentioned in my description. So this is the GitHub. So here I already updated day 1 and day 2 materials. So just try to open the link and you can do the fork operation. Even you can start the repository. Okay, and just keep it with you. Fine. So I'll just try to open up my Blackboard and let me write down. Um, hmm. So let's try to discuss about the CNN. Hmm. So what is CNN, guys? What is CNN? So CNN, that means convolutional neural network, also known as ConvNet. Okay, you can also call it as a ConvNet or CNN, are the special kinds of special kind of neural network for processing data that has that has a known grid like data, grid like grid like topology or data you can talk about grid like topology, okay, or data. Now what is grid like topology, guys? Let's say we are having various kinds of data. We are having like CSV data, we are having text data, right? We are having image data. Now see what I told you before. So what is image exactly, guys? Tell me what is image. So image is nothing but it's a pixel at the end. So let's say this is my image and this is nothing but the grid. Okay, so this is nothing but your grid, guys. You can see this is a grid like data. This is also grid. This is another grid. Okay, then you can also consider this is also a grid. So this is like a grid like data, okay. So convolutional neural networks, also known as convent and CNN, that are special kinds of neural network for processing the data that has the grid like, okay, topology. So it is only for the like grid kinds of data, okay, whether it is a 2D, whether it's a, let's say, 3D, where it's a 1D, but you should have the grid. Yeah. Hmm. And how this architecture looks like, this CNN architecture looks like, so let me show you an architecture. I'm going to show like explain the architecture, how we create the architecture, what are the component we have inside that, everything I'll try to discuss. But first of all, let's try to insert an image. I am having inside this folder. Just a minute, let me just so let's say I'll take this image. So this is how your CNN architecture looks like, guys. Okay, you can see this is called your CNN architecture, that means convolutional neural network. Okay, so here you can see some part. Let's say this is your input image, okay, and you can see some part. So these are the part, okay, we call it as a convolutional layer. What is, guys? This is convolutional layer. You can see convolutional layer. Apart from that, some other layer is also available. I'll be talking about going forward whenever we'll try to break down the architecture. Okay, we'll be talking about that. So you can see this is called convolutional layer. Okay, convolutional layer. Now, how we can identify any kinds of CNN architecture? Let's say CNN algorithm. Whenever you will see in any kinds of architecture, okay, this convolutional layer is present, that time you can consider this is a CNN architecture. Okay. Now here you can see NN is also present. This is your NN, artificial neural network. Okay, that means you are using CNN, and you are using NN, artificial neural network. Both you are trying to integrate. Okay, and it is becoming one CNN architecture. Okay, because at the end, if you see NN, that means artificial neural network would be used everywhere. Okay, everywhere it would be used. This is called dense layer, exactly, right? And this is called your convolutional layer. Apart from that, we are having pooling layer. We are having this one, railway activation function. Okay, we'll be discussing about this thing going forward. No, this is a live, okay, live session, Matt. This is not the pre-recorded one. This is a live session, and here I'm interacting with you. Hmm. So there is a difference between NN and CNN. Let's say NN, artificial neural network, only works, okay, with the matrix calculation. Matrix, okay, matrix multiplication. On the other hand, CNN works with respect to the convolution. Okay, convolution. That means it does the feature extraction. Okay, it does the feature extraction. I'll tell you how it does the feature extraction exactly. Okay. Now see, as I already told you, in CNN we are having some layer. Like the first layer, very important layer, which is nothing but convolutional layer. Convolution layer. Okay. Then we're having pooling layer. Pooling layer. So let me write it. Pooling layer. Okay. Then we are having FC layer. FC layer. Okay. So these are the layer actually this CNN architecture is having. Okay. Only this 3 layer any kinds of CNN architecture is having. Apart from that, some other functionality used like activation function. Okay. Then you are having something called this one. Sometimes you also use something called normalization. Okay, normalization like functionality. I think you know guys what is normalization, na? So those who have already yeah, so those who have already worked with this one, artificial neural network, so you have worked with like this one, normalization layer, guys. Do you remember normalizations? You can do normalize. Even it is also available in the machine learning. Machine learning, you can also like different normalization technique. You can apply min max scaling. You can perform like standard scaling operation. This is called normalization. So if you want, you can also add these at the layer also. Okay. Hmm. So here is your pooling. Okay, you can see pooling is also there. Pooling layer. And this is the FC layer. FC, that means ANN, artificial neural network, and this is your convolutional layer. Okay. Hmm. Now see what happened. I think I already showed you what was the inspiration behind this CNN architecture. I think I showed you one like biological demo, one cat experiment. So by the cat experiment, they got to know we can create a something called feature extractor. Okay, because in the human brain there is a I mean part called visual cortex, and in the visual cortex there are different let's say cells are available, and every cells is responsible for detecting different kinds of features, different kinds of edges. Okay, so the same inspiration researcher also got for these kinds of convolutional neural network, and they created two neural network. I think I showed you. Then later on, I think you remember in 1998, so Ian Lekan uh, in the 80 and T lab. Okay, in the 80 and 80 lab, he published one architecture, CNN architecture named LeNet. Okay, LeNet 5. I think I showed you the architecture of LeNet 5 in my introduction session, right? So LeNet 5 he was proposed for the document recognition. Document recognition. Recognition. Like let's say any kinds of handwritten digit. You can consider let's say any kinds of handwritten digit. Okay. Any kinds of handwritten, let's say alphabet. Okay. For this, they have created this particular LeNet 5. Okay, architecture. Then later on, okay, later on if you see, as you go ahead, there are lots of evaluation in the field of this computer vision, that means CNN. So there are many organizations they came up with actually different architecture. Okay, they came up with different architecture. So let's say nowadays whatever architecture we're using, we are having, let's say we are having something called ResNet 50, right? Then we are having Inception. Okay, Inception. We are having VGG 16. So these are some actually CNN architecture, guys. CNN architecture. Then we are having AlexNet. Okay, so there are different organizations. They came up with these are the architecture for various kinds of tasks. Okay, yeah. Then from image classification, okay, from image classification to facial recognition to self-driving car, everywhere we use something called CNN, convolutional neural network. Why? Because as I told you, if you are having image and video kinds of data, it is a grid topology data, and it works better with the CNN architecture, not in the NN architecture. Okay, so that's why everywhere, okay, everywhere inside every computer vision task, from image classification to self-driving car, everywhere you will see that CNN architecture is being used. Okay, not any other architecture. This is the idea. Now you can ask me, sir, why not to use ANN, artificial neural network? Okay, with the help of artificial neural network, can we use the image data? Can we do the image classification? My answer would be yes, you can perform. But what would be the issue? Let's try to discuss about. So here, let me write the title. Why not to use ANN? Okay, instead of CNN. Let's try to see what would be the issue. So for this, I'm going to import a image here. Let's say this image I'm going to import. Okay, you can see this is a image. Okay, and it is having some pixels value. I mean, it is the grid structure data because it's an image at the end, and it is having a cat image. Okay, it is having a cat image. Now see, whenever you are using ANN architecture, okay, ANN architecture for these kinds of image or video data, so you will be having three kinds of issue. Okay, let me write down. The first issue you'll be getting called high computation cost. Then the second issue you'll be having overfitting issue. Then the third issue you will be getting called loss. Very important things, guys. Loss of important special special features. Okay, features, or you can also call it as a pixels. Okay, pixels you can call it as. So these three major issue you'll be having whenever you are using NN architecture instead of CNN architecture. Okay, so let's try to understand, okay, why I told these things. Let's say this is one image I'm having. So as of now, let's consider this image dimension is, okay, this image dimension is, let's say 40 cross 40. That means height is 40 and width is also 40. So this is the height, guys. This side, this is called actually height of the image. Okay, this is the height of the image and this is the width of the image. Okay, width of the image. As of now, let's consider the image pixel size is, okay, the image size is 40 cross 40. 40 cross 40. Okay, this is the image. Okay, 40 cross 40. Yeah. Now let's say I want to use the artificial neural network. And how we create the artificial neural network, guys, I think you remember. So how to create ANN architecture? Remember? So let me show you ANN. So you will be taking some layer like that. First of all, you'll be taking the input layer with some units. Okay, that's how we'll be taking some units. Then you'll be taking the hidden layer. Okay, then you'll be taking the output layer and you will try to make the connection. You'll try to make the connection like that. And here you will get the y hat, that means output. Okay, and here you will pass the input. Okay, now let's say if I want to pass this image data to the artificial neural network, how I can pass? Okay, I can pass like that. I can convert. See, this is a two-dimensional image. Okay, this is a two-dimensional image. Now if I want to pass this data to my artificial neural network, First of all, I have to convert it to the, okay, I have to convert it to the one dimensional array. Okay, one dimensional array means, let's say, first of all, I will try to pick up, these are the pixels. Okay, these are the pixels I'll try to pick up. And these pixels, what I will do, guys, I'll try to pass to the ANN. Okay, how will pass? We'll try to do it flatten. Okay, that's how we'll try to do the flatten. Flatten. Now it is the pixel. This is my pixel. Okay, so this particular pixel I'll try to pass where? I'll try to pass to the model. That means ANN. Then calculation will be happening. Okay, then again I'll try to pick up the next grid. Next grid I'll try to pick up, and this thing I'll try to pass to the model. Sorry, let me. Making sense, guys? Yes or no? Tell me. Making sense? What I'm doing? Then again, this data will pass there. Okay. That means total how many pixels we are having? Total how many pixels we are having in this data? Okay. In this particular image, if you just multiply 40 cross 40, okay, so you'll be getting something called 1600. Okay, 1600 pixels total. Okay, so 1600 pixels will be going into the neural network. Okay, now let's say here in the hidden layer, or let's say in the first layer, or let's say hidden layer, you are using let's say 500 units. Okay, 500 units. Now what would be the parameter size of the model? Just try to calculate. Okay, how to calculate the parameter size? Remember, so you have to first of all see how many pixels you have. 1600 pixels. So 1600 pixels multiply 500. Okay, multiply 500. Now what would be the number, guys? So let's open up our calculator. So 1600 times 500 unit. Okay, now see, you are getting 800,000 maybe, right? Yeah, so 800,000. So that many of parameter you will be having in just a first layer, guys. In just a first layer, you will be having that many of parameter. That means this is your weight, model weight. Okay, and that many of weight you have to upgrade during back propagation, guys. During back propagation, you have to update that many of weight. Again, if you are taking, let's say, some more hidden layer, if you're taking some more hidden layer, which is also having, let's say, around 200 to 500 units, now just try to calculate the entire model parameter. Okay, now tell me, it would be easy for us to train. Tell me, guys. So now I think you can understand why I told like higher computational cost. Okay, why? I think you got it, guys. Tell me. Clear? Let me know, guys. Please write in the chat if you clear with this concept. Why we can't use the ANN? Okay, ANN architecture with this particular image data. See, I can do the classify. Okay, I can do the classify with the help of ANN architecture also. See, those who have already learned the ANN, so maybe you have used MNIST handwritten data set. Okay, with the help of ANN architecture. So there we used, right? But what was the issue? Issue is that the parameter size will be increasing. That means you will be ending up with a high computational cost. Got it? Now just try to think about, let's say, instead of 40 cross 40, okay, you are having 1000 cross 1000 image. That means height is 1000, width is 1000. Okay, now just try to see the pixels. Okay, how many pixels you are having? Just try to calculate. Let's say 1000 times 1000. So this is the number, guys. 60. Okay, 1 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is the pixels, guys. This is the number of pixels you have in the image. Now let's say you are using a 500 units, okay, in the hidden layer. So this is your hidden layer. You are using 500 units. Now just try to multiply with this number. If you multiply, let's say if I multiply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, multiply 500 units. Now what would be the number? So I'll multiply 500 unit. Now see, this is the number, guys. How many zeros I am having? 2, 4, 6, 8. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is what your parameter size. Okay, parameter size in the architecture, and that many of parameter you have to train and you have to upgrade in the back propagation. So now I think it is making sense. Okay, why we can't use artificial neural network. Now there is another problem called overfitting issue, because here what you are doing exactly, you are passing pixel by pixel, okay, pixel by pixels of value to the architecture. That means you are trying to capture each and every feature inside a pixel. Okay, so for this, what you are ending up with the overfitting. That means your model can learn in the training data in a very good way, but whenever you are providing the test data, there is a possibility your model will work very bad. Okay. So what is the overfitting? Overfitting means your model will work better on the training data, but whenever you will try to pass the test data, okay, your model will fail that time. Because you are trying to capture each and every feature from the pixels. Okay, if you are passing like that, your model will try to let's say memorize, your model will try to memorize each and every pixels value. So that's why there is another issue called overfitting. Now there is another things called loss of importance special features or pixels. Okay, this one. Now let's say in this particular image, you can see this is the cat. Okay, and this cat is having eye. You can see eye. Then it is also having nose and mouth. Right. Now you can see there are some distance. Let's say from this eye, this is the distance to another eye. Then this is the distance to nose, and this is the distance to mouse. Now if I'm taking the data, that means if I'm converting this two-dimensional image to one-dimensional data, and if I'm passing it like that pixel by pixel, definitely I'll try to lose these features. Okay, definitely I'll try to lose this feature. Definitely I'll try to lose these pixels. Like this is the distance of the eye. Yes or no? Right. So that's why there is another problem you'll be getting called loss of the importance special features in the pixels. That means it can't capture the important features inside a image. That is another issue with the help of ANN. Hmm. So that's why we'll be using CNN, Convolutional Neural Network, CNN. Now how CNN works? So let me show you. Let's import another image. Hmm. So let's say here I'm having some handwritten digit. Okay, I'm having some handwritten digit. So the digit is 9. Now if it is a handwritten digit, guys, everyone will write in a different let's say pattern. Let's say my writing pattern is different, your writing pattern is a different, any other person will be writing, okay, in a different way. So let's say this is also 9, this is another 9, this is another 9. Okay, so that's how people usually write the 9s, okay, in a different way. Now as a human we can understand this is 9, okay, but what about machines? How machine will try to understand? So how we are understanding this is 9? Guys, if I tell you how you are understanding this is 9, what would be your answer? Tell me. So let's try to see. Let's say I'll try to take this image. Now let me break down the things. So as a human, how I will try to understand this is 9? Because first of all, I will try to see. I'll try to see some feature. What kinds of feature? Let's say this round circle would be one feature, okay? This round circle would be one feature. Then you can see there is a, I mean, this kinds of feature, okay? This kinds of like round feature. So this is would be another feature. This would be another feature, okay? And this horizontal, let's say, line would be another feature. Now what I will do, I'll try to combine everything. First of all, I'll try to take the round, then I'll try to take this oriented line, then I'll try to take this horizontal line. Okay, so let me draw in a good way. So this is my round, this is my this one, and this is my, okay. Now it will become what? It will become 9. So that's how any kinds of person will try to understand this is 9. Now what about this 9? So again, I can consider there is a round and there is a line like that. Now again, I can consider this is 9. This one, again, there is a round and slightly rounded line. Okay, so this is another line. Okay, 9. So that's how, guys, we are understanding any kinds of image because of the feature. Okay, this is called actually feature, guys. Features. Okay. And feature can be anything. Feature can be small like anything. So let's say this could be one feature, this could be another feature, this could be another feature, this could be another features. Okay, this is another feature, this is another features. So we call it as a primitive. Okay, primitive feature or edges. Okay, we call it as a primitive feature or edges. Okay, small like feature, we call it as a primitive features, or you can also call it as a edges. Okay, now how your convolutional works. So let's say here I'm using convolutional layer. So again, what I will do, I'll try to take the same image. So let's say here I'm using convolutional layer. So let's say this is my convolutional layer. This is my conv layer. And what conv layer does, guys? Conv layer, what it does? It does the feature extraction. Okay, what it does, guys? It does feature extraction. Feature extraction. How? With the help of filters. Okay, filters. I'll talk about what is filter exactly. This filter is the main thing, guys. Okay, at the end. Okay, this filter you can consider see, I think I showed you one demo of the cat experiment. There I think I showed you like they were putting the electrode in the brain of the cat in a different cell. Okay, if in a different brain cell. So you can consider this filter is nothing but a cell. Okay, cell. Now what I told you guys that time. So every cell is having different kinds of feature recognition power. Let's say one of the cell will try to recognize horizontal feature. Okay, one of the cell will try to recognize vertical feature. Another cell will try to recognize the rotated features. Okay, so in the brain, every cell is having different ability to recognize the feature. Okay, now you can consider this filter is nothing but the cell. This filter is nothing but the cell in the visual cortex area. So this is the artificial cell and that was the original cell. That's how they mimic, guys. Okay, that's how they mimic the human behavior at the end. Got it? That means what happens in the convolutional layer? Convolutional layer, we perform something called feature extraction. And how feature extracted? With the help of filters. Okay, with the help of filters, they perform something called convolutional operation, and they use some filters to extract different features from the image. Now how they will extract? Let me show you. Okay, so here I'll try to draw. So let's say I'll draw some box. Let's draw some box. Okay, then I'll take another, let's say, convolutional layer. This is another convolutional layer. So this is conv layer 1 and this is conv layer 2. Then again, I'll get some feature. Okay, I'll get some feature. Again, what I will do, I will use another conv layer. This is conv layer 3. This is conv layer 3, okay? And here I will get some feature. Now see what will happen in the first convolutional layer. Okay. Now guys, do you remember what I told you in the brain also? How many cells we have in the brain, guys? In the visual cortex, how many cells we have? Remember? Remember guys, I think I told you in my first session. I think you remember how many brain cells we are having in the visual cortex. Two types of cell. Two types of cell. One is simple cell. Okay. Another one is complex cell. Complex cell. So simple cell will try to capture, okay, a small feature. And complex cell will try to capture big feature. Okay. This has a small receptive field and this had big receptive field. Okay. So first of all, what happens? First of all, if I, let's say, see any image, first of all, my simple cell will work. So what is the work of simple cell? Simple cell will try to capture small features from the image. Now here, what are the small features, guys, I can capture from this line? Let's say this could be one small feature. So this line could be one small feature. So I can just draw like that. Okay, this could be one small features. Then again, I can see this could be another small features. This line. Okay. Then here I can consider this could be another small features. This line. Okay. Then I can consider this line could be another small feature. So this is a vertical line. Now I'll take another, let's say, box. Now again, I can see there is another feature. This one, this horizontal line. Okay. Kinds of round. Okay, round line. So these are the feature, guys, I have captured. These are the feature, guys, I have captured. How? With the help of convolutional layer. That means here you can consider it is using something called simple cell. It is using something called simple cell to extract small features from this particular image, and we call it as a primitive feature, guys. Okay, what we call, guys, this particular feature, we call it as a primitive features. Okay, you can also call it as a edges. So this is the works of the first convolutional layer. Now what will happen? This feature map I got, see, this is called actually feature map, MFM. Okay, that means feature map. So this feature map, again, I'll try to pass to the next convolutional layer. And what is the work of the next convolutional layer? You can consider this is a complex cell. Okay, now it will try to capture the complex information from this particular features. Okay, that means wherever it let's say it will see this kinds of, okay, these kinds of, let's say, features, it will try to activate that particular part. Okay, So now let's say this convolution layer will try to take the bigger features. Let's say it will take this kinds of feature. So this part, because see, if you at the end, let's say, join them together. So let's say if I want to make this particular part, what I will do, I'll join this one, and this one. Then what I will get, this kinds of round line, okay. Now if I want to get this particular part, guys, what I will do, I'll just try to join this one and this one. Then I will get that kinds of part, that kinds of part, okay. Now if I want to get this part, I'll join this one and this one. Then I will get something called like that, okay. Then again, I think I have something called this line. Okay, now this is the work of the second convolutional, and now it will pass to the another convolutional, like convolutional theory. Now what is the work of convolutional theory? It will try to join these are the features to capture some big information. Now let's say it will use these are the like feature. Let's say this feature and this feature, it will try to make the round, and this feature and this feature, it will try to make this kinds of line, okay. Now at the last, how I can show you at the last, guys, let me just draw somehow. Let's say this is the last feature map you are getting. So at the end, you will see this is a 9. It will, if I combine, okay, this round and this particular, let's say this one, it would be 9. So that's how my CNN architecture understand, and that's how it recognize what kinds of image you are giving at the end. Clear? Tell me. Clear, guys, how CNN is working? Okay, so how CNN is working? Let me know. Any question, guys? If clear, just write clear in the chat, all of you. If you are clear, just write clear in the chat. How many of you are clear? Let me know. Okay, great. Rahul is clear. Annam is clear. Praveen is also clear. Great. So this is the working mechanism of CNN. That means CNN, inside CNN layer, we perform feature extraction, and how? With some filters. Okay. Now this filter value at the end we have to get, okay, during the back propagations, because this is a neural network at the end. And every time you are running the epoch, okay, you are upgrading the weights. That means which weight you are upgrading? You are upgrading this filter weights, and this filter is nothing but it's a matrix, guys. This filter is nothing but it's a matrix. Filters is a matrix. It can be any kinds of matrix. It can be 3x3. It can be a 5x5. It can be 7x7. Okay, like that. But most of the time you will see that people will be using 3x3, 5x5. This size actually filter. So if I tell you this filter is nothing but it's a matrix at the end with some numbers. Let's say if I draw 3x3. So that's how this filter will look like. So it is having some number. Let's say I can keep some number. So let's say 1, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 1. Okay. So this is nothing but your filters. Okay. Now there are different kinds of filters. Okay. There are different kinds of filter. We also call it as a hard cascade filter or hard coded filters. See, whenever we didn't have the deep learning, now people used to use hard coded filter. There are some filter name also, like one of the filter name is, I think I showed you yesterday, called canny filter. Guys, remember canny filter matrix. If I show you the canny filter matrix, so see, this is the canny filter matrix. So it is having the number like that. Can you see? -1, -2, -1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Then there is another filter called Sobel filter. Sobel filter. Okay. Sobel filter. So this is the matrix of Sobel filter. See this one. Now, can anybody tell me the filter I have written here? What is the name of the filter? It is a canny or Sobel? Tell me. You can see, guys. It's canny or Sobel. Here you can see that it's canny or Sobel. It's a Sobel filter. Sobel filter. Okay. And it can only extract the vertical edge, guys. Vertical edge or vertical feature. There is another one called horizontal Sobel. So this is the horizontal Sobel. You can see y direction. This is the x direction. So we have written this one now. If you see the horizontal Sobel filter, it will look like that. So horizontal would be like that. So this is the horizontal. So it will be 1, 2, 1, then 0, 0, 0, -1, -2, and -1. So this is the horizontal Sobel filter. Okay, horizontal Sobel filters. Now I'll show you one demo, practical demo, how it actually does the feature extraction. I'll show you one Python demo, then your understanding would be more clear. Okay, but this is actually hard coded filter, guys. This is called hard coded filters. That means someone has already defined the number here by doing some experiment. Okay, so they did actually different experiment. Then they got to know, okay, so this feature can extract vertical edges, and these filters can extract horizontal edges. Okay, then they named one name which is nothing but Sobel filter. Okay, like that. But in CNN is what? And then it's a deep learning neural network, and then it's a deep learning neural network. And inside deep learning, guys, what is the main component? Tell me. Inside deep learning, what is the main component? What makes deep learning separate from any other, let's say, model? Why it has the power? Because it can upgrade itself with the help of back propagation. I think you have already learned this back propagation, because with the help of back propagation, it can update itself if it does some mistakes. Okay, so that's why here we are not going to use the predefined filter. Instead of that, we'll try to create our own filter. We'll try to generate our own filter by doing the back propagations. And this is what your neural network, because initially we just try to initialize some assumption features. Okay, I think you heard of something called weight initialization, guys. In ANN, artificial neural network, what we used to do, we used to perform weight initialization. Then we used to train the model, and in every epoch, in every iterations, it used to upgrade the weights. Okay, and it used to figure out the best weights for the data. So that same concept you can also consider here. That means whatever, let's say, filter you have assigned, whatever you have filter assigned to the convolutional layer, okay, that means in the back propagation, in the BP, you are upgrading the filter numbers. This particular numbers you are upgrading, and you are trying to get the like best like filter numbers, okay. And every filter will have different kinds of responsibility. Let's say you are having a dog image. Let's say I can copy a dog image. So let's say what I will do, I'll take this dog. This is the, let's say this is our dog. Now if I apply the convolutional operation on top of that, guys, and then what we are doing, we're using some filters, okay, we are using some filters, okay, and this filter we are running on the image like that. We are running on the image in every pixels, okay, and this particular filter will try to capture some features. Let's say one of the, let's say these are like, we'll be using multiple filters, guys, okay. At the end we'll be using multiple filters, and every filter will try to capture different kinds of feature. Let's say one feature will capture the eyes feature, another filter will try to capture the nose feature, another filter will try to capture the mouth feature, another filter will try to capture the ear features, okay. So that's how things works, okay. And how it would be adjusted during the back propagation, every epoch it will try to adjust based on the loss you are getting, because again it's a supervised learning at the end, right? Whenever I'm giving an image, I'm also giving the label of the image. This is a supervised learning. Makes sense? Now this thing I'll try to discuss in detail, how, let's say, this convolutional happens, okay. So what are the technique it use, I'll try to cover each and everything, no need to worry. So there are some concept, okay, there are some concept inside CNN, like we have stride, we have let's say this one, we are having pooling, then we are having there is another concept, I forgot the name, just let me, yeah. So we are having some concept inside convolution. We are having padding, then we are having pooling, sorry, not pooling, not stride, okay, stride, then we are having pooling, okay. So these are the concept we'll try to understand in detail. So once you understand these are the concept, then your CNN understanding would be clear. That means you can understand any kinds of CNN architecture at that time. Okay, this is the idea. So in my series, first of all, what I will do, guys, I think I'm already clarified most of the basics topic, okay, which you need. All the foundation I already covered. Now we'll try to focus, jump into the convolutional operations. Inside convolutional operation, we'll be learning, guys, what? We'll be learning pooling, sorry, padding. Then we'll be learning stride. We'll be learning pooling. What is pooling exactly inside convolutional and why it is required? Okay. Then we'll be learning about activation function. So once you understood, you will clear your CNN architecture. Even we'll also try to do some comparison between CNN versus ANN. We'll try to use both network to train image data, and we'll see which architecture is working better. Okay. Then we'll be going to the practical part. That means we'll be implementing projects. Okay, projects. On top of that, we'll be making a classifier system. system that will be able to classify any kinds of image. Let's say you are giving a dog cat image, it will try to classify whether this image is a dog or cat. Okay, then after that we'll be learning one very important concept called data augmentation. So data augmentation is important concept because what happens whenever we do the data collection, there is a possibility we are having a less data, but to train this kinds of deep learning model I need more data, so I can do the augmentation technique to increase the data. Okay, we'll also try to see. Then once it is done, I'll show you some popular CNN architecture with a practical architecture. Like we are having Linet, we are having VGG16, we are having AlexNet, we are having ResNet, we are having Inception, okay, and so on. So these are some famous CNN architecture we'll try to explore. Okay. Then after that, we'll try to explore one very important concept which we'll be using mostly in our future, called transfer learning. Transfer learning. Okay. So here we'll be learning how we can use the pre-trained model to work with our data. Okay, we'll try to do the fine-tuning part, because nobody trained the model from scratch. Okay, everyone will be using transfer learning approach. That means they will be using pre-trained model. Okay, this is the idea. Then once everything is clear, then we'll try to move to the computer vision task. Like we are having different tasks, like we are having object detections, so we can detect any kinds of objects, whether it's a car, whether it's a bicycle, whether it's a traffic light, okay, whether it's a person, any kinds of object we can detect. Then we'll be learning like how we can segment out the object. See, this is the segmentation. It will try to create the mask on top of the objects. Then we are having something called see, I think I already showed you classification. So classification, what it does, let's say it will try to classify whether this is a cat image or whether it's a dog image. Then we are having facial, or let's say face recognition system. So here we'll try to work with the face data. Okay, face embedding data, we call it as a facial landmark. Okay, landmark points, and we try to capture the face features. We'll be also learning how we can build these kinds of application. Then we'll be learning the key point detection system. Let's say it will detect different key points. Even it can also track your movements. Okay, now we'll be learning the object tracking. It will track different objects, whether it's a car, whether it's a person, you can track continuously, you can track. Then we'll be learning GANs, that means generative adversarial network. So with the help of GANs, you can generate different kinds of image, new image. See, the person you can see now in my screen, these are the person doesn't exist in the world. So this is the like GAN generated image. Okay, completely GAN generated image. And this is very realistic image here. Then we'll be also learning how we can implement self-driving car with a simulator, Udacity simulator. I'll try to use there. Got it? So these are the application we'll try to develop through our entire program. Got it? After completing all the basics. Now let me show you how this filter works exactly. So as I told you, so we are having some filter, let's say predefined filters, and I told you, let's say it can extract the vertical edges, and this particular filter can extract the horizontal edges. Okay, now let's try to do in a practical demonstration so that your understanding would be clear. Okay, how filter works exactly inside convolutional. Okay, convolution. Yeah. So for this, I'm going to open up my Google Colab. So let's take a new notebook. So here I'll name it as filters demo, and let's connect the notebook. So here what I will do, guys, I think yesterday I shared some data with you now. Let me show you some resources. I think I shared yesterday with you. Just a minute, let me find that. Okay, so in the day 2 resources, I shared some image with you, right? So cards and all. So let's take this image. Okay, to show you the demo, I'll take this car image. I'll try to upload it here. It is also available in the GitHub. You can also download and upload. Okay, now here, first of all, let's try to import some necessary library. So here I will be importing some necessary library in the Google Colab. And here you don't need to install, guys, because in Google Colab already these are the libraries installed. Okay, if you are running in the local, that time you have to install. So I think you already know the matplotlib, why we use the matplotlib. So here we'll be using the matplotlib for the image related operations. That means if I want to, let's say, visualize the image inside my Google Colab console, that time I will be using matplotlib, because OpenCV will not show the window, okay, in the Google Colab, because it is running on the cloud infrastructure. And if you're running in the local, that time you can use OpenCV ImShow function to show the image. But here I'm using Google Colab, and to show in the Google Colab console, I'll be using matplotlib image functionality. Okay, now let me import all of them. Now first of all, we'll try to define the image path, guys. Okay, now let me define the image path. So this is my image path. So let's copy, and here you can define the image path. Now let me define. Now if I want to read this image, I can read with the help of OpenCV, either I can read with the help of matplotlib. So here what I'm using, guys, I'm using Google Colab. Okay, and if you're using Google Colab, I'll suggest go with the matplotlib. Okay, with the help of matplotlib also you can read the image. Let me show you. So see, you are imported this MP image. Okay, that means image as MP image. Now there is also a function called imread. Now if you pass the image inside that, now if I execute, see, it will also load the image as a matrix. Okay, now if you want to see the matrix, see, this is the matrix. The same thing we also did in the OpenCV. Okay, now what is the difference? Only the difference only this matplotlib reads the image as a RGB format, and OpenCV reads the data in a Bezier format. This is the difference only. Now you can also directly show the image. You can write plt, okay, plt.imshow. You can give the car matrix. It will also plot the image in the console like that. Okay, and if you want to see the dimension of the matrix, so this is the dimension of the matrix. So it's 168 300 cross 3, because this is the RGB image. So this is the width, sorry, this is the height and this is the width of the image. Okay. Now if you're using CV2, guys, if you're using OpenCV to read the image, let me show you how OpenCV will read. So here I'll use CV2 to read the image. Okay, CV2 the read image, I'm passing the image path. Now if I show the image in the console, see, that's how your image will look like. Now see, color has changed. Okay, this is my original color. This is my original color. Okay, yellow. Why it's not opening? Just a minute. Yeah, this is the yellow color. Okay, but whenever I read this image with the help of OpenCV, now it has become blue, because always remember one thing. Let me just comment here. You can use ImShow from the Google Colab to show the image. So let's say this is my CV2 ImShow. Okay, this is my car V2. Car V2 means this is the OpenCV image. No, this is not a OpenCV image. This is the OpenCV image. Okay, sorry, this thing I don't need. Yeah, now I think you can see this is the OpenCV image. Okay, this is in blue. Now always remember one thing. Here, let me just comment. I think I can comment it here. OpenCV reads image in Bezier. and matplotlib reads in RGB. Okay, that's why you can see different color. Okay, that's it. Now if you want to convert this to the original color, guys, what you can do, I think I yesterday I showed you, I can use OpenCV basic function, that means color converter function. Okay, now this is the code. So here I'm calling cv2.color-convert. This car image I'm having, I want to convert to Bezier to RGB. Okay, Bezier to RGB. Now if I show you the image again, now see, this is my original image. So that's why, guys, yesterday I told you how we can do the image pre-processing or video pre-processing with the help of OpenCV, because going forward you need it to these kinds of operations. Now if you want to convert it to the grayscale, you can also do it. Yesterday I showed you also. So this is the grayscale. Now if you see the grayscale shape, it would be only one channel. Okay, that means height, width and height. Sorry, height and width. And if you want to see the max number and min number, it would be 0 to 255. So minimum number 0 and maximum number 255. Okay, 0 to 255 numbers are there. Now we'll try to see the composition colored of the image. So as I already told you, color is image is having 3 channel, like red, green and blue. Now let's try to extract red, green and blue from an image. Okay, for this I have written a function here. So this is the function, guys, I have written. So visualize RGB channel. So here it will take the image array and it will split the image to the blue, green and red. Then I'm showing with the help of this, you can say I'm show. Okay, that means I'm showing the original image, red channel image and green channel image and blue channel image. Okay, this is a simple function I have written. I'm extracting different color. Okay, first of all I'm extracting the blue, if I'm extracting the green, then I'm extracting the red, because it's a colored image and colored image is having 3 channel, red, green and blue. Okay, so that's why we're applying this function. Now let me show you. So let's say this is my image, car v2. Okay, this is the image. Now I want to see how many channel it is having. So we know that 3 channel it is having, red, green and blue. Now if I pass this image to my visualize channel image, okay, that means this particular function, now it will extract 3 color. See, this is my original image. Now this is the red channel, this is the green channel and this is the blue channel. Okay, now let's generate a random image. Okay, so this is my original image. Now I want to generate a random image. To generate a random image, I will generate some random number 0 to 255 and this is the size of the image 663. That means this is the colored image. Okay, 3 channel image. Now this is the matrix we have generated. So this matrix we have generated. Now we'll try to see the image. Okay, what kinds of image we have built. So I can use this IamShow function to show do that. plt.imshow. I think I can copy that and I can pass this matrix. So that's how this image looks like. See, this is completely random image I have generated. Now let's try to extract the red channel, blue channel and green channel. So what I will do, I'll copy this function name, visualize RGB channel, and inside that I'll pass that matrix. This matrix, random colored image. Now it will extract 3 channel. See, this is the original one, this is the red channel, this is the green channel, this is the blue channel. I hope you got it. Now let's understand the filters. Okay, as I already told you, with the help of filters, we do the feature extraction. Nah? So now let's try to see in a demo. We'll be using Sobol filter here to give you the demo. So let's define the Sobol filter. So this is the Sobol filter, guys, I think you remember. So this is the vertical Sobol filter. So as I already drawn in my board, see, vertical Sobol filter. It will extract the vertical edges. Okay, this will extract the vertical edges. And I will also take the horizontal Sobol filter. So what I can do the transpose of this particular matrix. Then I'll be getting the vertical one. See, here we did the transposing operation, dot t. Now we'll be getting opposite matrix. Okay, I think you can see opposite matrix 1 2 1. It will go here, 0 0 0. It will go here, and -1 -2 -1. It will go here. So this is my horizontal vertical, and this is my horizontal Sobol filter. Now here I'll try to create a random image first of all. Then I will show you the original image. So this is my random image, guys, I'm creating. You can see some zeros and some numbers. Okay, 0 means this is a black, and some number means this is a white. Okay, I think I already showed you before. Now this is the matrix I'm creating. This is the matrix. Now if I want to show you, so see, that's how this image looks like. See, whenever you can see this 0, this is a black color. Whenever you can see this number, this is a white color. Wherever again you can see the 0, this is a black color. So this is how we have created this image. Now here you can see we are having vertical edges. See, this is the vertical edges here, this side, this is the vertical edges. Now let me take the pen, then I think I can explain better. See, this is the vertical edge. These are the vertical edge. Okay, and here these are the horizontal edge. Now see, whenever I will apply my Sobol filter vertical, you will see that whatever vertical edges I am having, it would be okay, it would be in a different color. That means it would be visible only. Okay, and rest of the thing won't be visible, because as I told you, vertical filter will only try to extract the vertical edges. That means my vertical feature will only remain, and all the horizontal feature will try to remove. Okay, now let me show you so how it can be done. So for this, I have created a function. Function name is convolutional. Now how convolutional happen, for this I'm going to show you one image. See, this part I'm going to explain in detail going forward. But as of now, let me show you how convolutional happens. So let me show you one visualization. See, that's how convolutional happens, guys. You can see this is the filters. This filter will move to the entire image. That means at the end you are doing some matrix calculation. This is the filters, and this is your image pixels, and you are calculating some you are multiplying this particular matrix with this particular matrix. Okay, and you are getting some output, and that's how feature extraction is happening, guys. Can you see? This is the real visualization how filter works. And this movement, it is called stride. You can see the movement. Now this is called stride. I'll also try to explain this part. That's why I've written now here. You can see inside convolutional, we are having padding, stride, pooling, activation function. We'll try to understand each and everything. Now see, that's how convolution happen. Okay, now this particular visual representation, you can see this thing I have written inside a code. Okay, that means what will happen whenever you will see, you will give this particular image, you will give this image, and you will give this filter. So this filter will move to the image one by one. So first of all, it will come here. This is the first step. Then again move here. This is the second step. Then again it will move here. Third step. That's how it will move to the entire image. It will move to the entire image, and it will do some matrix multiplication. Okay, and at the end you will be getting some number here, and this is what your features. This is what your features. And what kinds of features? Vertical features, because here we're using Sobol vertical filters. Okay, now let me show you how this thing will work. So I'll take the pen. Yeah. So this is the simple convolutional function. Let's execute. Now here I'm going to pass my Sobel filter as well as the picture. So see, in the function I'm passing my picture example 1 and my Sobel filter vertical, this one Sobel filter. Okay, Sobel filter and example. Now if I show you the results, so this is the results matrix I got. Now let's try to visualize the matrix. Now see guys, only the vertical features is remain and all the horizontal, okay, all the horizontal features has gone. Okay, so this is the work of Sobel vertical filters. It will only extract the vertical edges. Now what about for the horizontal? So again what I will do, I will pass, let's say first of all show my original image. So this is my original image. Now I have some horizontal edges also. Now let me pass horizontal edge. Now here we are doing the Sobel transpose operation because we are giving the horizontal filter right now and my example picture. Now if I show that result, you will see that only horizontal feature will remain and all the vertical feature has gone. Clear? Let me know. Now this part I will show you with the help of this car example. That would be fine. So let's say this is the car I'm having. First of all, you have to convert it to the grayscale, guys, because I told you in computer vision color is nothing. Okay, at the end you have to convert everything to the grayscale image. Okay, now on top of that we'll try to apply the convolution. First of all, we'll try to apply the vertical Sobel convolution. Okay, vertical filter. Now see, it will only extract the vertical edge. See, these are the vertical edge, guys. You can see vertical edge, all the edges, all the features are vertical. You can see it is vertical. Features are more visible. You can see. Okay. Now what about for the horizontal? I'll only do the transpose operation of my Sobel filter. Now see, it will extract the horizontal feature. Now see, horizontal feature is more visible. Okay, horizontal feature is more visible. So that's how your computer understand. Okay, your computer understand any kinds of image you are giving in front of it. Let me know, guys, how many of you are clear? Let me know, guys. This is the easiest explanation I can give on the convolutional neural network and feature extractor. How was the session? Tell me, guys. All the resources I'm going to share in the same GitHub. From there you can get everything. In the day folder I'll try to share all the codes, all the everything I'll try to share. So how's the session? How was the session, guys? Okay, thank you. So if you like it, guys, so please give me a like. All of you give me a like and subscribe. Thank you, Faisal, Rahul, Varun. Thank you so much, guys. See, Sobel filter, the results are created. Na, that time he used actually 3x3 matrix. Okay, because I told you, na, this is a hard coded matrix, hard coded filters. So that time he introduced 3x3. This is not in our hand, na. At that, whatever researcher has given us, I'm using that. All right. Yeah, thank you, Sandhya, Faisal, Varun, Praveen, thank you. So that's how in OpenCV, like there are different filters are available. Okay, for different kinds of feature extraction. But we are not going to use that because at the end this is a hard coded filter, and this is not our task to use the hard coded filter, because as a developer, computer vision developer, always will be working with the neural network based architecture, and there everything will be automatically like extracted. Okay, we'll be using back propagation technique there, and we can capture some more complex features from the image. So that's why trading image data is a little bit difficult, because here you are working with the pixels. You are working with the image features, right? So two kinds of architecture you are using at the end. One is convolutional architecture and another is uh, NN architecture. That means fully connected networks. So two kinds of architecture you are combining together. So we'll be learning how we can create our own custom RCNN architecture. We'll try to also see even we'll also see how we can use some famous architecture like ResNet VG16. Okay, so all the predefined architecture we'll also try to go through, and we'll be mostly working on the transfer learning. That means if there is a pre-trained model, I'll download the pre-trained model. On top of that, I'll try to train my custom data. This is what we usually do at the end. Thank you, Maruf. Okay, now in the next feature, guys, we'll be learning about CNN operations. That means the operation I have written like padding, stride, pulling. So these are the operation we'll try to understand. Okay. Then we'll also try to see how backpropagation happens in the CNN. I'll also cover that part. So thank you guys for joining the session. We are done with today's class. Next class, just try to join. Very important class. There we'll be learning the CNN various operations. So unless and until you are not clear with the operation, guys, it would be difficult for you to create your own CNN architecture. Okay, so make sure you attend the session. And if you like the session, guys, please try to subscribe. Try to share with your friends and family. Please try to support me. Again, I'm telling you, your support is needed a lot right now. Okay. Yeah, so I think you know that, guys, I left my job, and now I'm giving my full time on my YouTube channel. So please try to support me and let's grow my channel, and definitely what kinds of content you need from my side I will try to provide. Okay, so thank you, guys, thank you so much. Bye everyone, good night, thank you, bye.